Please welcome Tom, Erica, and Laura from Smallville! Wow. They're putting me miles away from you, so I think it was smell or something.
No, we asked for that.
Yeah, I was going to say we asked for it.
That's fair, that's fair. How's the trip to London been so far? You've been meeting loads of the queues have been an absolute amazing, long lines. What's that been like meeting the fans so far here in London?
Laura?
Tom?
It's great, everyone's so nice. You know, very rarely do you get anyone at a convention who's in a bad mood. So it's a nice place to be.
And obviously, I just want to get straight into it because I know you're eager to get back to the fans as well. Tom, I just want to start with you straight away. How did this come about? Because when Smallville first came out, superhero TV shows, superhero movies weren't that big a thing. So, did you know what you were auditioning for? Were you worried about how it would be coming across being a superhero TV show?
Well, I did think it was a great idea about a kid in high school. It wasn't going to be a show about Superman, which I liked, which is why the whole sort of no flights, no tights thing came in, because once that happened, it wasn't about a kid in high school. And I knew that we were shooting the pilot, it felt like something special. And then people started watching it, which made it even more special, so thank you.
Well, we all love Smallville, don't we? Now, it must have been daunting for you two as well, coming into an established show on, back then, the WB. Obviously, season 4 for you, Erica. Was it a bit scary, knowing you're getting this role of Lois Lane, lots of fan expectations there?
Absolutely. It was terrifying. But it all happened quite quickly. So, you know, I just remember being kind of in a state of shock most of the time, and I ended up getting the part, and I'm on set, and I'm working, I'm like, it's okay, it's no big deal, just make this person, you know, unique to you. And then I looked, and they put up the slate in front, and it said, you know, Smallville, and it said, then there was like Lois Lane or whatever, and I just freaked out inside the elevator by myself before anybody could see me. Oh no, you were there, that was my first freak out, I think. I looked at it and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, just breathe. It'll be fine.
For you, Tom, was a bit of pressure knowing that Erica has joined the cast as Lois. How are we feeling about the introduction of Lois Lane into the story?
I thought it was great. I think it was a breath of fresh air. That was always the thing of whether it was guest stars or new actors to the cast. I loved it because it was new energy.
And Laura, for you as well, a big, huge, famous role, Supergirl Kara, joining around season 7.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. What was that like joining an established cast like Smallville?
I mean, I've said it before, but I was what are we looking at? Tom's looking at himself. I don't want to look, that's terrifying. I was a fan of the show, so I did a self-tape, so the audition, I just did it at home, put it on camera, sent it off, months went by, I heard nothing, and then suddenly I got a call, you need to be in LA tomorrow, and you're screen testing with 3 other girls. So I saw the 3 other girls that might have been your Supergirl, and
who were they?
I'm not saying names, but they've done some great stuff since. And you know, they kept me overnight. I was the only one they asked to stay, and I was like, oh, they hated me. That's why of course I thought they weren't going to hire me. I got the job, and a week later I was in Vancouver, and working with this awesome cast, and I'm super grateful that it sort of propelled me in the sci-fi genre, and I've been able to continue the work since.
It's amazing.
Oddly enough, I mean, the role, I think, whether you knew it or not, the role of Kara coming in from another planet and not knowing these people.
It worked.
It worked, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I've never been on a set like that before. It was a huge show. I didn't know you guys. I felt like I was from another planet.
Perfect.
So I mean, it was great. I just, similar to Erica, I was like, holy shit, that this is happening. I'm gonna get fired. They're gonna figure out I shouldn't have been cast. Like, you go through that as an actor. I think it's pretty common when you're the new kid in school.
Yeah,
language.
I know, I'm swearing. But obviously it was...
Sorry, I swore.
One of the things I loved was the introductions of the characters and how they brought Lois in, and you being in status for many years and looking for a little baby Clark, and there's Tom, all huge. It was a really clever twist. Now, the storytelling on Smallville, to go for 10 seasons, was it 217 episodes, if I'm remembering right? I'm just thinking my Blu-ray.
20 because we did 10 a year, but I'm an actor, I'm not a math guy.
But it must have been great seeing these stories and development. They took lots of interesting directions building in the DC lore and taking these stories and developing the characters. Was it great getting to develop Kara, developing those? Having that early stick, because it's never really been done before. Clark in the early years, before he becomes the icon of Superman, was that one of the most exciting things for you?
Yeah, it was fun to see how it was going to sort of develop and to see Clark sort of figure out his identity and his place in the world with these abilities. One character I wish we would have seen even briefly would have been like a Bruce Wayne. I thought that would have been cool. Yeah, like maybe Lex and him cross paths or something, but that's maybe one regret that I have. But that there's higher ups that make those decisions.
They did tease it a few times, mentioning Wayne Industries and everything like that. During a few episodes, was just little teasers. I'm going way back in my knowledge of Smallville now, but there was little teasers then on the internet, on Krypton's site, which was a huge site at the time, just like, Bruce Wayne's coming, but it never happened. But it's great to see you wanted that. What about for you guys? What are some of your favourite parts of the stories that you got to tell as your characters?
I think you set that up in the sense that it's more fun to tell the origin part of the story, how do you find yourself. I think that's relatable for everybody. I think that's what draws us as artists too. But you want to find out what it was that developed them into these other things. We've already seen the depiction of the characters that have found themselves, but in their history, and they get to stumble and they get to be clumsy and they get to try to figure it out. And so I think that for me, was interesting to me, and also my saving grace, because if they kind of were like, she's not like Lois, and I was like, well, she hasn't developed into Lois yet. It was like
And the fact that you, or your character and Clark just did not like each other from the very beginning, and thinking, how are they going to stretch this out? How are they going to get to the point where that respect is there? Was it tough working together in that sort of?
Absolutely.
Hated each other from the get-go. Tough times.
No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, building that tension between the characters was, I think they both had some growing to do to get to where it ended up, and that was fun to play.
I think that we also had really specific discussions at points where it was even of when are they actually gonna both look at each other and have that recognition, or when are they gonna touch hands, and when are we gonna allow that to happen, and all those things are so significant. And you kind of try to.
It's just the punches in the arm that kind of went, yeah, there's something there. Did you enjoy punching Tom in the arm? Did you used to go really hard?
Yeah, Erica used to, I'm talking in the third person, but I used to, as I got more comfortable, it was I would punch him in the arm when I forgot a line. I remember that. I'd be like, oh! And then they're like, oh, do that on camera. So.
That's what I'm here for.
Just a punching bag.
Yep.
Now for you, Laura, as well, coming in as Supergirl, in the Supergirl kind of attire and building that aesthetic as the season's going on, and obviously Erica wearing stiletto as well, superhero outfit. Was it great getting to wear those outfits, and poor Tom, all he got was a t-shirt?
I hated my outfit.
It was so beautiful.
It was Daisy Dukes and a crop top. I mean,
You owned it.
yeah, I had to. But it was are you kidding me? I have to be on TV. I was young and I didn't have a voice, and it was just, I've said this before and I'll say it, I'm super grateful for the opportunity, but I wanted to burn the wardrobe. Until I don't know if it was season 8 or 9, I started to be able to cover up a little bit. But you just had to own it, And it is what it is.
Some of them were more comfortable than others. I really liked the costumes for the most part. I liked the variety. I liked being able to show up and do something different every week.
And running in heels.
And I wasn't always like Mary Sunshine. Sometimes at 3 in the morning it was kind of brutal, but I think the most inconvenient one was stiletto, because it was pleather on pleather. So I couldn't sit down, so they had to build me like a Hannibal Lecter kind of thing. It was like a dolly with an apple box on the bottom, and I literally would finish, back up onto it, and sit there, and watch you walk around in jeans and t-shirt. And I was like, wait a minute, I signed a different deal.
That was on purpose.
Now, Tom, I was asking you this earlier, but are you ever like tempted on set just to sneakily wear like Superman outfits, like the symbol underneath, like, yeah, I'm Superman, I'm wearing this, no one knows?
No, because I wasn't Superman. I was Clark Kent, and he didn't have the outfit. He wasn't aware of it. We talked briefly backstage that I've never actually done that. For real. I mean, what you saw on the show, that was all manufactured to look easy. I was hoping you'd break open your shirt today and share your little secret.
This is how geeky I've went. Are you ready for this?